Hey, what's up, Impact Program? Hope everyone's doing well this afternoon. I heard there was an intense hustle battle going on outside. I can't wait to see the videos of actually who won. So I'm anxious to see how everybody's doing. Hopefully, everybody's having a good day so far. You're getting a chance to connect with each other. As we talked about on day one yesterday, Impact is about building meaningful relationships. And I hope that through your time in your family and connecting with each other, you're starting to build some powerful relationships here on campus that will help guide you during your next 4 years here at CMU. Your next presentation is going to come to you today from myself and Danny. And so my name is Damon Brown again. I'm the director of the Office of Student Activities and Involvement.
And I'm Danny Rossman. I'm the assistant director in the Office of Student Activities and Involvement. I work primarily with our student organizations here on campus.
Our main role here at CMU is really to help our students find their connection points. One of the things that's so positive about the CMU Impact Program is that over 90% of the students that are part of this program feel that they belong here at CMU. They feel they have a sense of belonging. And more importantly, over 80% of the students that participate in this program understand the importance of involvement. Okay, involvement is key. Okay, involvement is not just coming to college is not just about going to your classroom and going back to your residence hall. Going to college is about going out, experiencing new things, being a part of new organizations, and stepping outside of your comfort zone. So today, what we're going to talk about is how important involvement is. I'll just pull up my comments here. So Tenacious won the dance battle. Okay, all right, Tenacious, I see you. Wait a minute, Power said they won.
Okay. Resilience also claiming they might have won. So I think we have some. I
want to see the judges. We got to see the judges' tabulation here to see who actually won the dance battle here. So I'm gonna have to check some videos online to see who represented that. I know everybody was out there masked up, so I appreciate that. I hope you're all having a good time. So again, what we're going to talk about here today is the importance of getting involved. Again, your experience here at CMU is not just about going to class and going back to your residence hall. It's about going out, joining organizations, finding activities and events to be a part of, and really well-rounding your college experience. I tell students all the time, I spent 5 years, I'm from Ohio originally. I went to Ohio University. Don't tell anybody that, they might beat me up. But I went to Ohio University and I had an amazing undergraduate experience. And that's because I was involved. I went out and I really empowered myself and challenged myself to step outside of my comfort zone. I did things that my students, my fellow friends didn't do. They didn't think was cool, but I did it anyway. And those are the experiences that really opened the door for me. So as we start our conversation today about getting involved, really want to make sure that you understand how important it is and the impact that it can have on your experience here at CMU. Danny, what does involvement mean to you at CMU?
Yeah, so involvement to me is it's finding a home, right? So we're all coming to this new place and trying to establish who we are when we're in college. And you've got to find your people. You've got to find the place where you really feel like you can be yourself. And whether that's with people who share your personal passions, whether your academic interests. For me in college, it was people who shared my interest in the outdoors, right? It was the chance to go hiking with people and to adventure. But that might not be for you. For you, it might be a fraternity or sorority. It might be a job on campus. Whatever it is, you just have to find it.
Awesome. Thanks, Danny. And that's going to be tough for us this year because I know we're really battling this thing called Corona right now. And so we got to be a little bit more creative, and we got to explore ourselves and explore these opportunities virtually. But they're there. And so we're going to talk a little bit today about how to find those resources here at CMU and really the true foundation and how important getting involved in this thing called college can be. So Danny, go ahead and start us up there.
Yeah.
And again, feel free if you have any thoughts or questions, feel free to throw those in the chat down below, my camera down below, so that way we can answer your questions and definitely make this a good experience and good presentation for you. Okay. All right. So the first thing Danny, go ahead. You'll talk.
No, go ahead.
No. So as we talk about our goals for today, we're going to just really focus on, the involvement opportunities here at CMU. Danny is the queen of RSOs here at CMU, so she oversees all of our student organizations. She's going to talk to you a little bit about our software, our platform that we use that houses all of our student organizations. We have over 300 student organizations on campus, so there is something for everybody. And so it's really about finding your fit, what drives your interest, what drives your passion, and go from there. We're going to talk about the benefits of co-curricular involvement and what that looks like, and then how to intentionally design that out-of-class experience for you, okay? Sometimes things just happen, but sometimes we've got to be intentional and how we go about designing these experiences that's going to help us long term. Because really, it's those experiences that we have outside the classroom that's going to help us grow and develop. Here's a perfect example. Look at your mentors. Look at the impact planning team. They are having an intentional experience that they're taking skills away from this job that they're in right now that's going to help them. Ask Maya about being flexible. Ask your mentors about how to work through challenges, how to problem solve. Those are all skills that future employers are going to need. And so hopefully as an impact team, they're going to remember these experiences and they can talk about what it was like to have good communication, how important it is to be able to problem solve, how important it is to maintain solid eye contact when you're having a conversation with somebody. Those are all things that we've got to learn. And so this is an intentional way that you can develop your path, your co-curricular path outside of the classroom. So we're going to talk a little bit more how to do that as well. So I'm going to start us off here today. And one of the things, and I'm going to keep my part very simple and very quick, because I just want to really emphasize this is your time. This is your moment. Yesterday, I saw a lot of wide eyes. You're excited to be away from mom and dad or supporter for the first time. You've got this new sense of freedom. And you're like, well, what do I do with it? Maximize this journey, because as quickly, and a lot of you will probably remember this, but as quickly as, high school flew by, college is going to do the same thing. Okay, so you've got to make sure that you are maximizing every moment that you have here at CMU, both inside and outside the classroom. And so really understanding what it is that you want to do academically, and how do you find yourself getting involved in your major, and really understanding that's where your true purpose lies. And then also finding those experiences outside of your classroom. As again, I tell people all the time, I had a great time in undergrad. Did I make some mistakes along the way? Absolutely. And I'm not going to sit here and lie and say I didn't. Made a lot of mistakes, but that's part of growing. That's part of developing. That's part of, those mistakes helped me be the person who I am today. So if I didn't go out and get involved and try new things, I would have never had those opportunities to learn and grow. And so I encourage you to really think about, how do I maximize these next 4 years? Okay. I shouldn't be sitting in my room every day. I shouldn't be sitting around twiddling my thumbs. I should have a plan as far as what I want to do outside of the classroom. How do I find opportunities to connect with each others, with other students, other organizations, and CMU as a whole? So I want you to start thinking about that. And in your family time, and somebody throw in the chat, what's one thing that you want to accomplish during your time here at CMU? Go ahead and throw it in the chat to get us going. One thing you want to accomplish during your time here at CMU. And anybody could throw anything in there. So we got a lot of stuff going on about the dance battle. We're going to transition from the dance battle here. But somebody throw in the chat one thing you want to accomplish over the next 4 years.
Although somebody could want to start a dance battle student organization, and that would be pretty awesome. That
would be pretty sweet. Meet up on Friday afternoon at 1 o'clock at Moore Hall and have a battle every Friday. That could be pretty cool. All right, we're gonna need somebody to throw something in. We're gonna keep it going though. But I want you to think about that. What are those things that you can do that's going to really make this a valuable experience for you? Oftentimes I hear from alums who are like, well, I'm just, I was so quick to want to get out of CMU. I really didn't give myself to CMU. And the time flies by so quick. Before you know it, it'll be May, and then you'll be on your way ending your freshman year. And then you blink again, you'll be heading into your senior year. So you want to make sure that you have a plan. And that plan could be, hey, I want to make the dean's list. Absolutely, that's a great goal to have. I want to start my own organization. I want to go, I want to get my degree. I want to study abroad. Absolutely. Those are one thing. If I had a chance to do one thing over again, I would study abroad. That was not a thing that was popular when I was going through college. We didn't talk a lot about studying abroad, and I'm so jealous of students nowadays who go overseas and spend a semester or summer studying abroad. I'd be all over that. So yes, definitely. And I encourage you, study abroad. I think, Danny, you studied abroad, didn't you?
I studied abroad. I only went for 3 weeks though. And so as Damon would say, go abroad, I'm going to say go for a whole semester. And you get over there in 3 weeks is just long enough to get a taste. So don't let anybody talk you out of a whole semester.
Absolutely. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate all your comments and keep it going. In these things that you're writing down, write them down somewhere in your notebook, in your impact workbook there. And I challenge you to stay on top of that. I challenge you to find ways to get connected and really make these things come to life. I want to find myself. That's awesome, Johnny. I love that. You'll definitely find yourself here at CMU. So as we move on in the presentation, I want to make sure that you think about what are those. I'm going to give you 6 things that you need to make sure you have during your time here at CMU. Because as I said before, I had an amazing undergraduate experience, and it took me almost a few years to figure out why my experience was so great. And I could never, it just felt good to me. I could never quantify it. But then I came across this research paper a few years ago that really put it into essence for me, what my experience at undergrad and why it was so popular and why it was so positive for me. So the first thing you have to have when you come here at CMU, you've got to find some staff members who care about you. And I'm going to tell you right now, between myself, Danny, Mr. Span, Mr. Wade, you've got staff members, just 4 people involved in this program right now who care about you, who want you to be successful, who want you to be the best that you can be. So if you ever need anything, someone to talk to, and it might not be your mentor, we're here. Part of our job is to be here for you. And so I extend that open door from all of us, that if you need somebody to talk to, you're going through a rough patch or you're going through a fun patch, you just want to share and celebrate, please come share that with us, because that's what we need to be able to share those experiences with someone. We care about you. We want you to feel that you're valued here at CMU. And again, I look back on my experience. I can think of 6 people off the top of my head who were university administrators who were there for me, who I can go talk to through the good and the bad. They challenged me, they pushed me. But that's what people who care about you will do. So I encourage you, as you start this journey, you've got 4 people already, 4 university administrators already who care about you. And I'm going to challenge you, once this school year starts, that you find us after Impact ends. Find us during the semester. Even if you pop by and just say hi. We want to see you be successful here at CMU. The second experience you have to have is that you got to find a professor who really makes you excited about learning. Okay. Here's what happens in college. A lot of us come to college with these dreams and these goals of wanting to be things. And research shows this, that mom and dad, mentor back home, or close family friend back home, that's what their career is. And we're like, I want to do that too. Okay. Part of going to college is really trying to understand where your purpose lies. What's going to give you the most meaning? Okay. Life is not about making the most money, because at the end of the day, you can't take it with you. Okay. Life is about finding meaningful employment that's going to fill you with this high sense of purpose. And I'll tell you right now, I am not going to become a multimillionaire working at CMU in student affairs, but I'm going to be very full because I'm giving of myself to students. That gives me purpose. That gives me meaning. And so really I want to challenge you to find that professor who gets you excited about learning, who gets you excited about wanting to come to class each day, who gets you excited about wanting to open up that book and learn more and study more. That is the true sign to where your future career is at. Okay. And it might not have anything to do with why you come to college. I went to undergrad with the thought and goal of being a lawyer. That lasted till about my junior year. I took the LSAT and it was like downhill from there. I was like, this is not the career for me, because it wasn't who I was. It didn't give me any passion. It didn't excite me. The 2 law classes I took was boring. It was nothing. It didn't drive me. It wasn't my purpose. And so I was able to find where my purpose lies. And so you've got to find those professors. And you should be able to name those professors by name. I can tell you right now, Dr. Roger Aden, Russell Hart were 2 professors that inspired me, who got me excited about communication, got me excited about the art of working with people. Okay. And so you've got to have those individuals, those professors in your life that get you excited about learning. The next one's probably most important. You got to have a mentor who's going to challenge you. And mentors come in all shapes, sizes, and all backgrounds. Okay. So, if you got 1, I would challenge you to find 3. You got 3, I would challenge you to find 5. Okay. There is no limit on the number of mentors you have. And again, I want to point out, some of you got 2 mentors already in that room with you. Some of you got 1. Okay. Mentors can be your peers. And I encourage you to really pour and use your mentors, because they've been there. They've been there. They've done that. A lot of those mentors who are sophomores now, they sat in that exact same seat that you are sitting in right now. Okay. So they know what it's like. They know what you're feeling right now. Okay. So allow yourself to open up and ask them questions. They are here for you. They are here to help you during this freshman year. But then part of that means you got to find a mentor outside of your peer group as well. Is there somebody on campus? Is there a professor that you're a major that you're excited and that you consider a mentor? Is there a staff member on campus that's going to challenge you and is going to help you be a mentor, can be a mentor to you as well? Okay. And there is nothing wrong. I'm going to give you a big piece of advice. There is nothing wrong with going up to somebody and asking them, hey, will you be my mentor? Okay. There is nothing wrong with that. So sometimes we got to get out of our own way and ask the hard question. And 9 times out of 10, that person will say yes. Because here at CMU, we want to see you be successful. And whatever we can do to help you be successful, we want to open ourselves up and do that. So I encourage you got to find a mentor. Okay. And I want to make myself available to anyone out there who needs a mentor. I am here. Danny's here. Mr. Span is here. And here's the flip side of a mentor. And people like Sydney and Maya, Ure, a lot of our returning staff that's been part of Impact before, they're probably going to shake their head when I say this. Mentors are sometimes going to piss you off. They're going to tell you something that you don't want to hear in the moment, but when you sit back and reflect, you can be like, dang, Damon was right. Okay? Mentors are supposed to challenge you. Mentors are Y'all hear me now? Back again?
You're back.
Okay. So mentors are going to challenge you. All right. So be open for that. So be prepared for that when it comes to being a mentor. When you're looking for that mentor, they're always going to pat you on the back. Sometimes mentors going to kick you in your butt a little bit. All right. The next experience you got to have.
Trying to make that little thing stop bouncing because I have to think that was annoying. There we go.
As we talk about rigor, okay, you've got to work on a project for more than a semester. Okay, you got to understand what it means to work hard towards something. I worked on a research paper on Proposition 48 for athletics back in my high school career, my undergrad days. It took me a full year, and I learned so much about that project. But it helped me understand how to work through something, how to succeed. Can you hear me now, Johnny? I think we should be good now. Dan, you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, cool. All right. So you got to find that project you want to work on for a semester that's going to help you grow, help you learn, help you continue to strive as an undergraduate student. And that will help you continue to find your purpose and your meaning as well. As we roll to the next one there, I think the next experience you have to have is that you got to find that internship. Okay. You've got to find that internship that's going to allow you to take what you're learning in the classroom and apply it to real life. Okay, so what are those things that you're learning in the classroom that's in that major that you're excited about and apply it to real life? And then once you apply it to real life, what happens is you'll find out real quick if that's what you want to do as a career or if you might want to find something else. Okay, I tell folks, I had an internship back in undergrad. I did a business internship with JCPenney's. And I knew great people worked there, but that wasn't the career for me. So I was thankful for the experience, but I realized that wasn't what I wanted to go into long term. Okay, so that's why internships and summer jobs and practicums don't always look to get paid. I think sometimes we want to get a paycheck for everything that we do. Sometimes it's about getting the experience. Okay, and sometimes experience is a little. You got to give of yourself to get the experience. But once you have the experience, then you can add it to your toolkit and decide, is this something I'm going to be able to use later on in life? Okay, and the last experience you have to have is you got to get involved in co-curricular activities and organizations. This is the foundation of your college experience. What are those things that you can do outside the classroom that's going to help you connect with others, that's going to help you grow your leadership skills, that's going to help you grow your communication skills? What are those things that's going to help you be different? You should be a different person by the time you graduate CMU. And so by getting involved in various types of organizations, and not just the organizations of our cultural organizations, find your major and what kind of organizations are part of your major. Danny's probably going to tell you that we've got a major for every student. We got an organization for every major on campus. Find that. That's going to be a different group of students for you. Okay. Allow yourself to do different things. Just because your friends don't want to do it doesn't mean you shouldn't do it. Okay. You never know what door is going to open for you when you go try a new organization or when you visit something new. Okay. So try a variety of experiences. Some you'll like, some you won't like, and that's okay. But that's part of the experience here at CMU. All right. So those are 6 experiences that you have to have, that I believe you got to have. And research shows that if you want to have a valuable and a meaningful experience in college, something that that's going to prepare you for life after CMU, you have to have these 6 experiences. So I would encourage you to really think about, how do you build these 6 experiences up for yourself? How do you make sure you have these experiences, and then go from there? So with that, I think that last part, that last bullet point transitions perfectly into Danny, and she's going to talk to you a little bit about involvement here at CMU and what are some ways that you can get involved.
Okay, so I'd like you all to throw into the chat. Damon says he can't hear me. Can y'all hear me now?
You're still muted. Well, it was just working.
It was just, you can't hear me?
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me now? Hello?
Nothing. Well, Danny, you keep troubleshooting. I'll go ahead and run the slide, see what I can do here. So,
okay.
All right. So what are some of the benefits of you getting involved, here on campus? So I think, that's one thing. Let's talk about. Oh, you can hear us both? Oh, okay. Andrew said he can hear both of us, but I can't hear you, Danny.
Okay.
Can y'all hear? Go ahead and talk, Danny.
I'm going to go ahead and talk, and if you can't hear me, throw it in the chat.
Can y'all hear Danny?
Okay.
Yeah, they can hear you.
So I would love if everyone could throw into the chat. Think about the things you're involved in high school, be that sports or clubs or jobs you held. What did you learn from those activities? What did you gain? Go ahead and throw that in the chat for us. How to be a leader. Yeah, that's a big one. Ooh, so time management, learning what you're capable of and how much you really can do with your time. Problem solving, teamwork, organization, how to get over stress, community, right? Bonds, communication skills. So you already know the benefits of these activities, right? You've lived it, whether that was as the captain of a sports team, or if that is a member of a church group, or if it was as the president of your debate team or a class president, or a member of one of these clubs, you saw the values of teamwork, you saw what you could learn and what you could gain. And here on college at Central, we just want to do that again and help you continue to learn those lessons. So we want to talk a little bit about the types of opportunities we have available at Central. So some of the things that we have that maybe you had at your high school and maybe you didn't. We have Cultural Heritage Month celebrations. These are great opportunities to reflect on your own communities, your own cultures, and others as well. We have leadership conferences, whether that's the Connections Leadership Conference or a Multicultural Student Leadership Conference. Both these are opportunities that are designed to help you learn leadership skills while you're in college. We have career fairs, chances for you to think about the careers you want to do, and then later get jobs. There's no one that says you can't go to a career fair as a freshman, right? And check out the types of jobs that are available to folks to help you start thinking about what you might want to do. Talk to those folks. Ask them to be your mentor, just like Damon said. They want to help you. And then 3 years later, you can go back and apply for jobs with them. We have student organizations. Just as Damon said, we have almost 400 student organizations on our campus. They cover everything from every major and minor on campus, every major political affiliation, religious affiliation, dance groups, club sports, you name it. They're here and they're things for you to check out and you to join. So one thing that I always like to tell people on campus is that they should find 2 student organizations to join. They should find one to join professionally or academically. So your major, your minor, your a service passion you hold that's related to those things. That's going to help you start networking and start building for your career. And then you also need to find something that feeds your soul. So that could be feed your soul socially through a fraternity or sorority, or your religious identity, or your cultural identity, right? It's that thing, it's those people that are your people, right? The people that you're going to spend time with and really connect around that passion. There's also a lot of opportunities to volunteer on campus. Now, in the times of, in 2020, we're going to have to be creative about what that looks like. But I'm confident that we can still work together to learn a lot about how we can support our community and how we can be better active citizens. So you all have already kind of answered this part for me. So I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the benefits of involvement. You're going to build a sense of community, right? Some of you experienced that in high school. You're going to meet people, you're going to meet friends. You're going to find a mentor. So you've already got your impact mentors, but just as Damon said, your mentor team is only as strong as it is as you have different people and different types of people on it. So in a student org, maybe you meet your advisor, and that student org advisor is a faculty member who could become your mentor. Maybe you get a job on campus and that your supervisor becomes a mentor. That person is going to be invaluable. I know for me, my first job out of college came because I had a mentor who knew I was looking for work. And he sent me to talk to 3 people and said, go talk to these three people and come back and see me. The first one he sent me to cleaned up my resume. I didn't know how bad it was, but that was the kick in the butt I needed. The second one he sent me just helped me explore kind of what I wanted to do and where my passions were and what had gotten me to this point that I was a graduating senior with no real career opportunities. And the third one offered me a job. He knew that I needed to connect with these other people before I was ready to talk to that third person. But that's what a mentor does. They can see in you what you need and then help you find that. Student orgs and involvement opportunities, they help you develop and explore your interests, passions, values, and purpose. Sometimes you're going to do something. You're going to go to a first meeting and you're going to walk out of it and you're going to shake your head. You're like, nope, not for me. But there's value in that, right? So knowing what you don't want to do or what you don't believe in or the values you don't hold are sometimes key to figuring out what you do hold or what you do want to do. Student involvement's fun. I speak for myself, and I think Damon would agree. We wouldn't work in student involvement if it wasn't just a lot of fun and a time that people get to do the things they enjoy. We've talked a lot about building the skills you're going to land for you need to land a job. One of my favorite things that people don't maybe realize about involvement is people who are involved in college, they're more likely to graduate, they're more likely to get out of here in 4 years, and they're more likely to have better grades. I think all of us want all 3 of those things, right? So if you could do one thing that was going to help you graduate, get better grades, and get out of here like in the planned time, why wouldn't you do it? And it helps you build your network. So whether that's with mentors or with peers, I know for me, and I know for a lot of our alumni and folks I talk to, their best friends after college aren't the people that they had one class with once. They're the people that they were on an executive board of a student org with. Or as we talk to our impact core staffs, they stay friends after college because they build such strong relationships through this program and through other involvement opportunities. So how do you find out about involvement? There are a lot of ways, and I'm going to kind of walk you through some and then go into a little more detail on a couple more. So posters in your residence halls, posters in your academic buildings. You're going to see these all over. Take note of them. Snap a picture so you remember to go back and look at them later. Follow CMU departments or student orgs on social media. It's easy enough. Go search Central Michigan University on Insta or Twitter. See what pops up. Follow along and see what comes to you. Look at the ground when you're out walking. Like put your phone in your pocket, take it, stick it in your pocket, and just look at the ground. Because there's going to be a lot of really cool chalking. People take sidewalk chalk and just write messages about involvement opportunities and where and when you can check things out. I've already seen several student orgs out this week chalking and getting ready for next year. When you walk through the university center, look at the video screens. They run like a 5-minute rotation of kind of hot things going on campus. And these last 3, I'm going to go into a little more detail with. You should visit a peer involvement advisor, log into Engage Central, and attend Main Stage. So what's Main Stage?
Main Stage is our campus welcome back. It's a chance for you to learn about student orgs on campus. This year it's happening virtually because we want to make sure that everyone is healthy and safe. So to do that, you're going to log into Engage Central. And on Engage Central at 2 o'clock next Sunday, you're going to see a list of videos, a list of organizations that are participating in Main Stage. We have over 100 participating at this point. And each one of those orgs is going to have they're going to have a video link. And you're going to click on that video link and you're going to be able to pop into a Zoom room or a WebEx room with that organization and talk to them for just a few minutes and then pop out. You don't have to talk to anybody for longer than you don't want to. Think of it as kind of like walking around a fair with little tables and booths, but it's virtual. You should schedule a peer involvement advisor meeting. And I think you had a chance to do that later today, or you will in a few minutes. But peer involvement advisors are students who are experts in involvement on campus. These are upperclassmen students who have been there, done that. They've been involved in a lot of things. They've learned some of their lessons from it. They're still learning. They have a really good perspective on what we have available on campus. These folks are going to be really key in helping you understand how much is really available. So you're a business major, right? Okay. But we have 8 different organizations that directly relate to being a business major. How do you know which one's right for you? This person's going to help you sit down and kind of work through the differences between them. Or say you're a music major and you're trying to decide which type of music organization is right, or you're trying to discern the different religious organizations and how they're different. These are the folks that can help you make sense of that. They can also help you think about passions and interests you have that you never considered that we had a student organization for. These meetings take about an hour. Most of them will be virtual this year, although a few will be in person if that's better for you. These students are also experts in your strengths, so they're going to go ahead and help you think about how your strengths play into your involvement on campus and how you can really work to develop those talents further through your involvements. You should find the QR code on your wall in your classrooms that you're in right now, scan that, and make sure you get that get signed up for that PIA meeting. So I saw in the chat, someone wanted to know what Engage Central was. Okay. Engage Central is our home for involvement on campus. It's kind of that electronic place that you can go and you can find student orgs. So let's say we have a student come in and they say, I like kids. I like working with kids, but I don't know what that means. I would sit down with a student and I would have them go into Engage Central and type children or kids or elementary. And then we would search through the organizations or the events or the service opportunities that pop up. Did you know that there's so many service opportunities related to different passions and interests? So that's what Engage Central can be used for. You're going to see a homepage that looks much like this, right? You can see the search bar here. You can see up here we have events and organizations, some news, forms. Sometimes people will say, hey, go fill out that form on Engage Central if you're interested. This is really going to be that place that if you're not sure where to go to find involvements, you go. We can talk about social media as being the place to keep updated on kind of what's going on in orgs. But sometimes it's hard to find orgs or involvement opportunities just like, what do you search in social media? This is going to be the place that you figure out what to search in social media. See, you can see some of the events that are happening. This semester, I think a lot of our events will be virtual. We'll have a few that aren't, though. Log in. You can check out org meetings. You can check out volunteer opportunities. You name it. It'll be listed here. And here's an example of what you could expect to see. Here, these are listed alphabetically, but maybe you're interested in 3D printing, writing letters to spread kindness, or an organization that has the goal of education and advocacy for minority groups on campus. When you click on these, you're going to get some contact information for those folks. So you could email them and you could reach out to the president of A Mile in Our Shoes, and Kayla would get an email that said, hey, I'm interested. How do I get involved to find out more information? She's going to get back with you and she's going to let you know where. Sometimes, like Damon said, you've got to put yourself out there. And he was talking about it in reference to finding yourself a mentor. But in reference to finding a student org this year, you're probably going to have to do the same thing. Talk around, get contact information, and then reach out to those people. One of the things that I don't think folks often realize is that student orgs want new members as much as you want to join them. So when you reach out to a student org, they're going to be excited that you share their interest and passion and want to join that organization. They're also going to be excited when you walk in on your like third or fourth meeting, once you're totally hooked on what they're doing, and say, can I shadow you? I would be interested in being the president in a couple of years. Or, you know, I'm a communications major and this is our service organization, but I would love to shadow the social media person and in next year run to be the social media coordinator of this org, right? They want to help you get there. There are more people on this campus that want to see you succeed than not. And that extends into our student organizations. So I know you're doing some work in your family times about involvement, but I would love if you all could throw into this chat some things that you're thinking you could do to support one another in helping each other get involved. Talk to more people on campus. Yeah. So ask upperclassmen that are in your classes or live in your residence halls about what clubs they're in or what they found that they like. Ask your mentors. Those are great people. Visit a peer involvement advisor. Put yourself out there. Yes. Encourage your friends. I love that one. Sometimes going to a student org meeting for the first time can be a little intimidating. So ask your friend to go with you. Go together. Yeah. Go to Main Stage. Yes. Main Stage is a must for all of you. If you take nothing else out of everything we've said today, please log on for Main Stage next week. Yeah. Use Engage Central. I would encourage you in the next couple of days all to log into Engage Central and see what you can do. Great. Involvement matters. And I think that was the title of the presentation today. And Damon and I wouldn't be doing our jobs today if we didn't fully believe that involvement has the potential to be a transformative part of your college experience. I know for me personally it was, but I also know that I've worked with hundreds of students over the last couple of years that when they come back, their involvement experience is what they have to talk about. They talk about how it landed them their first job, how they met their significant other, how they learned the skills that their employers were looking for, how they learned to care about their passion, right? Sometimes it's not even about their job. It's about finding that thing in the world they care the most about. We don't expect you to have your passion today or to know what it is, but use involvement to help you figure it out and figure out how you're going to evolve over these next 4 years. So with that, I would love if you all have any questions about involvement or opportunities or anything we can help you with. If you want to shoot those in the question or throw those in the question box, we would be happy to field those. But other than that, thank you.
All right, so we got some questions, and as we wrap up, we're gonna take a couple questions. So feel free to throw a couple questions in the chat there. Thank you, Danny, for that wonderful presentation. I think very important. I mean, it hits home, and we've got to make sure that we're intentional with our plans for involvement. So I think Danny already talked about how to get access to the Main Stage event.
So I will add, if you go onto Engage Central and you search Main Stage, there's an event. And on next week at 2:00, that will turn over to the website that has all the information. But right now it just looks like a traditional Main Stage event. There'll also be posters in your residence hall rooms or in residence hall buildings that have the specific link if you're not finding it at Engage.
Awesome. Thank you, Danny. I'm not hearing you over here, but your lips stopped moving, so I'm assuming you're done talking. So awesome. Well, again, thanks, Danny. And it's always a pleasure for both of us to be able to talk about involvement. As you can tell that we truly value involvement. It's been the backbone of our experience. Yes, Brooklyn Main Stage is only one day this year. So, but that's been our organizational experience has really helped us become who we are today. So again, if you take nothing else from what you heard today, please, 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 please find a way to get involved here on campus. All right. So thank you for your time. We're going to, I think we're heading into family time number 3, our final family time. Hopefully you've really enjoyed the family times. A great opportunity for you all to, connect with each other and build those solid relationships so that once classes begin on Monday, you've got your friends, you know who to contact, you know who to text up with to find out what's going on, go for a walk, whatever it may be. So continue to build your strong connections in your family time. Thank you very much. And then we'll see you right before our final keynote speaker, Keith L. Brown, which he's amazing. So I couldn't think of a better way to start your year. He's always comes to Impact. So he always finishes Impact for us, his 5th year in a row. So you're in for a treat when Keith L. Brown hits the stage. So we'll see you in about an hour.